What's up? What's up? What's up, Bills Mafia, football fans everywhere? Billy here, Respect the Game podcast. Bills at Kansas City, AFC Championship preview. Follow us on the socials at the RTG podcast. Bills fans, Chiefs fans, people who argue on social media. The game is here. The refs, the Chiefs own the Bills. Oh, well, if Buffalo wins, still 3-1 instead of 4-0. All the excuses, all the nonsense, it's all here. It's all here. No matter what, if the Bills win, the people will still say, yeah, one win against KC, it doesn't matter. KC owns them. That's fine. We love noise. Noise is what we do. I make noise with a microphone. So with that being said, let's check out the preview for this game. I have next to me here, I will bring it up and show you. Here are the stats for the preview of the game. All right, football database, what I use, AFC Championship game preview. We have the records here. Both teams undefeated at home. KC is at home, first seed. Buffalo on the road, second seed. Divisional conference record, pretty close. Interconference record, pretty close. Strength of victory, 99-122 for the Bills, 118-137 for the Chiefs, a 448 for Buffalo, a 463 for the Chiefs, very similar. Strength of schedule, 135-154 for the Bills, 141-148 for the Chiefs, a win percentage of 467 for Buffalo, 488 for the Chiefs. Again, extremely similar. Common opponents, Buffalo 1-2, Chiefs 3-0. They both ended the season on a losing the game that didn't matter. Turnover margin, again, 24 for Buffalo, plus 24 for the Bills, plus 6 for the Chiefs. Is that going to play a part like it did in the Ravens game? Let's hope so. Offensive rankings. Buffalo is 10th in total yards. The Chiefs are 16th. Points scored. Buffalo is second. Chiefs are 15th. Rushing yards. Buffalo is 9th. The Chiefs are 22nd. Pass yards. Buffalo is 9th. The Chiefs are 14th. Buffalo has the offensive edge by a small margin. Defensive rankings. Total yards allowed. Buffalo is 17th. Chiefs are 9th. Points allowed. Buffalo is 11th. Chiefs are 4th. Rush yardage allowed. Buffalo is 12th. Chiefs are 8th. Pass yards allowed. Buffalo's 24th. Chiefs are 18th. The Chiefs have an edge when it comes to defense. If you've watched the podcast before, you know my thoughts on Buffalo's defense. Good, bend, don't break, but not stout. Nothing compared to the Chiefs' defense. A lot of people like to talk about, oh, Mahomes, he doesn't have to do anything. He's not doing much. His stats aren't there. Listen, bro, this defense is like having Shaq as your center. You can chuck up all the threes you want. You can do all the silly things you want to do because Shaq's down there protecting you. You have a defense, probably the best defense in the NFL. Spags, fantastic coach. The Chiefs, Andy Reid, Spagnuolo, they are the best coach team in the NFL, I think. They are solid on both sides of the ball with the players and the brains. Let's see here. The stats comparison, nothing crazy. Field goals, 24 for 29, 32 of 37. I'm going to give the edge to Butker and the Chiefs. We know that that's a big deal. Penalties. Buffalo has committed 112 penalties for 833 yards. The Chiefs have committed 94 penalties for 829 yards. So let me get to that. Let's talk about that for a quick second because I also have that up. And we're going to pull that up in 1 second. We're going to find out together if I put my foot in my mouth or not. Let me start with this. And no, this isn't a qualifier. No, this isn't put your tinfoil hat on conspiracy corner that I have back there. This isn't that. This is an observation that I have noticed for the past few years. Ever since it's been brought to the public attention that the refs protect Mahomes and the Chiefs. And the argument has been, no, look, they've got penalties. They got penalties. We just saw Buffalo has committed 112 penalties, and the Chiefs have committed 94. Not that big of a difference, but, about 20. Here's what I've noticed. I put it on a few of the chats that I'm in on Facebook. Again, NFL Debates is a great one. There's Mo Sports, I believe. Sorry if I get it wrong. But the Chiefs get their penalties against them. The ones that go against the Chiefs, the ones that stop their drives or, that go against the Chiefs, usually, not 100%, nothing is absolute, usually happen in the first quarter or the third quarter. They usually happen where the Chiefs do not have a shot of losing. So the numbers, hey, look, no, the Chiefs got 15 penalties called on in that game. False starts and holdings in the first quarter, 0-0 over the 7-point lead, where it's not going to really hurt their drive. The Chiefs have the calls benefit them at the end, middle to end of the second quarter, middle to end of the fourth quarter. That's when you will see the roughing the passer, the illegal hands to the face, the holding. They never give the Chiefs the 40-yard pass interference. But on 3rd and 10, we all sit there. Here comes that penalty. Boom, incomplete pass. Flag shoots into the corner before the ball was thrown, holding on the linebacker. Now, they showed the replay, and yes, you could say it's a hold. But you're telling me that the entire game, the guy, the linebacker, the DB, whoever it is, did not commit one single penalty at all during the entire game. But tied or down by a few points, driving to get that last-second field goal, last-second touchdown, that is when the only time the guy gets the flag, that's when it happens. I'm sorry, I tend to disagree with that. This is not saying that the Chiefs cheat. People say that online. The Chiefs are cheating. The Chiefs are not. I'm not saying they are cheating. I'm saying the directive comes from the NFL. If you work in corporate America or you have, police officers around, no disrespect to the cops, notice the Bills Mafia sign, my big head out of the way, it is for the police. You have a quota. You got to hit your numbers. You got to sell this product. You got to write this amount of tickets. You've got to do what you've got to do to meet your metrics for your corporation, for your company. The NFL's job is to make money. The NFL believes as long as Taylor Swift is in the press box and you can see her face, Swifties are going to keep watching. They are a giant fan base. It is about revenue. So no, I don't believe the games are fixed. I do not believe the Chiefs are cheating, but I do believe a directive has come down. Listen, Mahomes, face of the NFL, Chiefs, Swifties, bringing in money. The longer they're on TV, the longer the ratings stay up, the more money we make. So I do think something has come down to the refs and say, yo, you keep your eye on this guy. You make sure he's protected. I also understand that this is real life action. These guys are faster than you and I can imagine, okay? Weirdly enough, the NFL has old men and women, no disrespect, no ageism, no sexism, but $1 billion corporation wagering $1 billion a year in gambling has old men and women with the best athletes in the world watching what they do. That is a funny thing to me. With that being said, these guys run faster than we can imagine. The hit last week where Mahomes slid and the two guys collided, replay showed they didn't touch Mahomes. Imagine seeing guys running that fast, that big, and hearing a pop. Your job is to protect the quarterback, protect the players. You throw the flag. It's frustrating because we can see it at home. It wasn't that big of a deal. They should be able to review in-game penalties like that. I mean, listen, the people who complain about offensive penalties, reviewing penalties, what do the NFL do? You guys can review pass interferences. They put out a mandate, review pass interferences. People were complaining, extra points are so easy. Let's move the extra point back 20 yards. Replay is taking so long. It's crazy that it takes this long. Replay assist. The kicking, injuries. We got to do something about the kickoff. They fix it. They make changes year to year. The NFL, the fans have been complaining about the referees for years. Nope, sorry. Nobody cares. We're not doing that. That means the Chiefs might not win. That means Mahomes might not get that call. I'm not saying it's true, but look at what has been done. The NFL gets complaints. They change it like that. The game we'll get to, Chiefs and Bills years ago, that championship game, they changed the rule the very next year for overtime. When the NFL gets criticism, they make a move. They have been hammered on the calls for years, mainly for one team. They have not once moved the needle on that. They could not care less to those who are watching the game. Okay? Just my opinion. So let's look here at the penalties. We're going to find out if I'm right or not. Penalty differential. Buffalo Bills, they've benefited 183 yards. They have 112 penalties, 183 yards, offense 8, defense 9. I'm not even total 129. Okay, all right. FD first down by penalties. Penalties committed by the Bills have gotten 30 first downs for the team. Okay. The Chiefs, they have committed 94 penalties. Their differential is 20 yards. Their FD, first down by penalty, for the other team is 25. So the Chiefs make less mistakes benefiting the other team than Buffalo does. Buffalo has committed 30 penalties to give the opponent 30 first downs. The Chiefs have committed 25 penalties to give the opponent 25 first downs. Penalties committed by the opponent, okay? Buffalo, the opponent they've got flags for the opponent 127 times. Offense, defense, total 150. What is this again? First down by penalty. The Bills were aided by the opponent making a mistake 39 times. The Bills were aided by the penalty 39 times, committed by the opponent. Chiefs, they have committed, or the opposing team has gotten the flag called on them 107 times. If you play the Chiefs, you get the flag called on you 107 times. With the Bills, again, 127 times. Total FD, 25 times. 25 times that the opponent has committed the penalty has given the Chiefs the first down. Okay? So, I know what you're thinking. Look at this. Proof it doesn't happen. There are the numbers. We found out together. Okay? There are the numbers. As I stated before, this is not a tinfoil hat situation. I've watched for years. I put on X when it was Twitter. I put on Facebook. The penalties for the Chiefs happen when the game is not on the line. They happen when it's not affecting them. No, it's not absolute. No, it is not 100%. But that is what I've noticed. When the penalties are called on the Chiefs, it is not a dire point in the game. When they need it, when they need to get that field goal, when they need to get that touchdown, that to keep the drive alive, middle to end of second quarter, middle to end of fourth quarter, here comes that defensive holding. Here comes that guy lined up off sides. Here comes that phantom call that could have been called, should have been called, possibly be called all game long. But for some reason, when the drive is going to stall, here it comes. You want to say I'm crazy? Fine by me. Nothing is absolute, but this is what I have noticed when I watch the Chiefs play. So much so that when the Chiefs are on a Sunday game, Sunday night, Monday night, I don't even watch the game anymore. I'm so turned off by the NFL and their fanboying of the Chiefs that I just can't watch it anymore. It's not fun for me to watch. And no, it's not BS or whiny, or it's not that. I know the game is not going to be reffed fairly. It's just not. So I just don't watch the game. I don't want to belittle NFL players or Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid is a fantastic coach. If the Chiefs get by the Bills, I'm going to have to wrap my brain into positive thinking, because I would love to see Andy Reid on the Mount Rushmores of coaches. The first ever three-peat. The media, Chris Collinsworth, Tony Romo, they make you want to hate Mahomes. Mahomes is a fantastic athlete. Don't let those guys influence you. But I would love to see Andy Reid three-peat and be on Mount Rushmore. That would be awesome. But above all, I want Buffalo to get there first, okay? So let's hope Buffalo pulls this out. With hoping Buffalo pulls it out, let's go to postseason history with the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Or not postseason history, but history nonetheless. Match results. So here I'm tired of hearing how the Chiefs own the Bills in the playoffs. 3-0. They got nothing. Mahomes is Allen's daddy. Again and always, one guy is part of a team going against the defense. The other guy, part of a team going against the defense. This isn't baseball. These aren't pitchers going at each other. These guys play different opponents. They have a different supporting cast. You can argue one is better than the other. Sure, that's what makes sports fun. But don't tell me Josh Allen and the Bills are owned by the Chiefs, okay? 3-0 in the playoffs. Let's look. Let's start further down. And I'm going to give this one to the stats because they do quote 3-0. In 2021, the Bills did lose to the Chiefs 38-24. Allen's second or third year, and he was drafted in what? In 2018. So his second, third year, yeah, the Chiefs won 38-24. Bills had 4 field goals that game. That you could say was a beatdown. We owned the Bills for the Chiefs, for sure. The next playoff game, the one we all know about, overtime, miracle after miracle after miracle in the fourth quarter, under 2 minutes. There's nothing owning of a team when these guys go nuts, when Josh Allen puts on a show, okay? There is nothing owning in this game. The Chiefs happen to win, okay? 2024, Chiefs at Buffalo. Buffalo did their job, got the first seed, missed field goal, 27-24. There's no owning of the Buffalo Bills. A missed field goal. The Bills are in all of these games. They are leading most of these games. Leads me nothing. All that matters is the points on the board when there's 0 on the clock. I wasn't planning on pulling up the box score, but let's see this fantastic, fantastic game. We all seen the highlights. I'll get to that in a second because I haven't, but we'll talk about that. Mahomes, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Allen, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Mahomes, 33 of 44. Allen, 27 of 37. 329, 378. 2 sacks, 2 sacks. These guys are balling their asses off. You cannot tell me all of this crap about, Buffalo is owned by the Chiefs. These games are close. I'll give you the first one when Allen was in his second year or 30 or whatever it is. I give it to you. You can have it. But as the teams progress, as teams shape, as they progress, Allen and the Bills have been there. Up until this playoff where the Bills have won two more, I'm not going to add in those numbers. I don't know at the top of my head. But I have been defending Allen when it comes to this playoff bust nonsense. The team is 5-5 up until this season. In those 5 losses, the defense has given up over 30 points. In Allen, 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The guy's not choking in the playoffs. He is not. He is a superstar in the playoffs. Speaking of superstar in the playoffs, we all remember the AFC Championship game, Bills at Chiefs. One of, if not, one of the best games of all time. Football doesn't affect me. When the Bills lose, when the Bills win, the next day I get up and go to work, and that's it. I'm not crying. I'm not sad. I'm not punching TVs. I'm not throwing stuff at the TV. It's, damn, that sucks. And you keep it moving. Nothing about those games impact my day-to-day life. So I do not lose any sleep when any of my teams lose a game that I have no control over. Okay? However, I have not watched any clip at all of that championship game with the Chiefs and the Bills. I cannot do it. Something about that game got into me. It bothers me. It made me upset. Okay? It is the first time as an adult I have ever been impacted by a football game. If it scrolls through my shorts or the reels on TikTok, whatever it is, IG, YouTube, the second I realize what game it is, I'm done. Swipe away. I do not want to watch any part of that game. I've said I'm not going to watch it until Buffalo beats the Chiefs in the playoffs. Every year, if you've watched this podcast year after year, I couldn't care less about the Chiefs. Regular season, Buffalo's going to smack them. I don't care about that. Beat them in January. I've said it every year for 3-4 years now. The regular season, I could not care less. The guy stepped off sides. Doesn't matter. Win or lose, I have no care about that game. We know Buffalo can destroy the Chiefs at Kansas City and in Buffalo. What happens in the playoffs? What happens? Buffalo's been this close the last 2 times. This time should be the time they get over that hump. But with that game, I do not watch it. I have not watched it. I will not watch it until Buffalo beats the Chiefs. And even then, I just might ignore it. I'm a huge Bills fan, as you can see. Bills Mafia. I don't watch that game. I do not. It got into my soul. It got into my soul how much that loss bothered me. And I don't get that way when it comes to sports. I have no control over it. It doesn't affect my day-to-day life. I don't sleep, cry, yell, scream, break shit when it comes to sports. It is not for me. I don't engage in smack talk. I don't do it. But that game, it got me. And I will not watch any highlight of it until Buffalo beats the Chiefs in the playoff game. And even then, I still may not do it. Keys to the game, score more points than the opponent. Buffalo, score more points than the Chiefs. Keys to the game. I mean, that's it. That's it. Go Bills. Oh. All right. At the RTG podcast, comment, what do you think the score is going to be? Who do you think is going to win this game? The Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs, AFC Championship game. Who do you got and why? Let me know at the RTG podcast. Have a great day. Thanks for listening, watching. I'll talk to you guys again soon.